I too rise to talk about Sergeant Declan Coady. As the one that's probably most recent in this body to have deployed to that area, I wanted to kind of give a conversation of what it feels like to go there, what it feels like for the family, and what it feels like for the soldier. So before Declan left, he was going to Kuwait. See, for those in the Army, they probably understand this. Kuwait's supposed to be the safe deployment. See, when I was there, I was in Iraq and Kuwait. And when I was in Iraq, my wife prayed every night for my safety. And when I was in Kuwait, she was relieved. When he left, and I don't want to speak for his family, I haven't spoken to his family, but if I had to guess, his family was relieved on where he was going because he wasn't in a combat zone. You don't get a combat patch for being in Kuwait. Everybody in Kuwait always wants to try to get into a combat zone so they could get their combat patch. But combat found him. And you know, there are several veterans in here that probably had to go through this process of what it means to deploy, what it takes. I can tell you, and I'll give my experience, and I bet Declan went through this as well, is that you start thinking about what you're leaving behind. So when I left, I wasn't 20 when I deployed. I was 32, 33. And when I left, my son was 1 year old. He had just turned 1 2 weeks before I left. And I thought about what would happen if I don't come back. Because my son wouldn't have known who I was. So I wrote him this letter. And I told my brother, my wife didn't even know about the existence of this letter until yesterday. And I told my brother that if I didn't make it back, where to find it. And I don't know if Declan wrote a similar letter, and I don't know whether the other veterans in here did a similar thing, where they wrote something for their loved ones, for their mom, for their dad, for their brothers and sisters, for the kids. And for me to honor not only Declan, but for the soldiers that didn't come back when we weren't here, and the National Guardsmen that didn't die, or that died, I want to read just a passage or two from this about the emotions that I was going through before I deployed, and what every single service member is facing in combat zones or they're going to combat zones, the mental space that they're in. I won't read it all, it's lengthy. So in just the last two paragraphs. And this is to my son. I wanted to end with hope. My hope's for you. I hope you find someone that brings you happiness. I hope you find a person you love. I hope you look upon the world and find it a beautiful place. I hope you make the world around you a better place by you being in it. I hope you do not waste this precious life. I hope you find peace with me in the fact that I am gone. Finally, know that my love for you is eternal. Nothing will change that. I left this earth with love for you, your mother, and love for you. While I didn't get enough time with you, understand that I never stopped loving you. With love, your father. I hope we all pray that we don't have to open more of these letters. I hope our service members come home soon. And I hope that this conflict ends in victory, or whatever version it is. I pray for our soldiers and for Declan and their families. Thank you.